Before we get started, I got to give a big shout out to Josh and Jess Phelps for sending over the Thanos modern version so that we can do this epic double unboxing. What's going on, everybody? Gem Mint here with another statue unboxing and review, but not just another. This is a double unboxing of the Avengers Assemble Thanos statue. We have both the comic version and the modern version, and we're going to do an unboxing and review for them both. Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. We're doing a giveaway for a Spider-Man Premium format exclusive by Sideshow once we hit 125K, and all you got to do is be subscribed, like, and comment on this video. Stick around until the end of the video and I'll give you more details on how to enter. But for now, you've seen the first box with the comic version in there. You saw that kind of royal blue art box. The modern version has a little bit more of a darker blue, which matches the statue. It has that shattered Avengers logo on the back and on the sides, and they all have the same styrofoam and shipper box, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox the comic version first. That's the version that I purchased, and we're gonna get into that one right now. All right, so we had to cut the tape around the edges. We're gonna go ahead and lift off the lid, and there you go. Right away, you can just see the vibrant colors from the comic version. Let's remove the plastic. Beautiful. So let's start by taking a look at the base. Now, they made 1,250 of each of these bad boys, and I have 148 for the comic version. Same shattered Avengers logo, the Thanos letters with the Infinity Gauntlet above it, and then you have this rocky base. So I like how they really showed contrast from the dirt into the concrete on top. You have Thanos' footprint, that Avengers Assemble logo shattered again. They really like breaking that logo, don't they? So just flipping it around again, and let's get into the next piece. So these are the shoulder pads, and you could right away see kind of that dull shine that they have. It looks like it belongs to a Super Saiyan or something like that, but you have the two magnets. One has two, one has one, so you can tell which side's which. And those will go on his shoulders once we assemble them. Next up, we're going to take a look at his right hand. So this is the Infinity Gauntlet, the gauntlet with no stones. I like how it's got that comic look. You could see that it's fabric. You can see like the little wrinkles where his fingers are bent. So that looks pretty cool. The nice sculpted in hand details. And then you have like that little faux gauntlet kind of wrist guard thing. So very cool. But you know it's not Thanos unless it's the Infinity Gauntlet. So this one looks really good with the gems. They have that clear look to them. All the different colors from the Infinity Stones. This hand is open. He's kind of raising this triumphantly in the air. And it has the battery pack there on the bottom. So you flip that top. It does come with batteries. You have to remove a piece of plastic. And then, boom, you just press the button and they are some bright Infinity Stones. Actually, let's cut off the lights. Boom. Man, they really illuminate the room here. That looks great, nice and bright. I appreciate the light up function with the gauntlet. All right, next let's look at the head sculpts. There are two. This is the first one where he's a little bit more mean, sinister. He's snarling. He's got his teeth gritting. He's got that traditional Thanos chin with the lines there. Now this one has a couple of paint issues here. It looks like there's kind of some issues right here, and then above here on the visor there's a little bit of blue paint there. So a little disappointed with the paint applications on that, but it looks like it's a one-off. Great detail on that face, especially for 1/5 scale where you get a little bit of a smaller portrait. The next portrait, he has that grinning pose, and instead of the blue eyes with the white star, he has red eyes on this portrait with that white star on the inside. It looks great. This portrait doesn't have those same paint issues as the first one, and I think it looks great. I really like the comic royal blue with that kind of dull shiny yellow. It really pops and it looks great. Let's get a couple different angles on this guy so we can see the top of the helmet, nice folds around the neck. Looks great, man. And then the body. I gotta tell you, I thought this was gonna be smaller. It's 1/5 scale, but this is a massive piece. You can see how much muscle definition is sculpted in there, how tight the blue part of his costume is, and it's stretching on his body. You have his boots that have the same type of sculpt as the hands did. And man, look at his back. He's got those ripping muscles from his triceps to his lats. He is swole. All right, real quick, let's unbox the modern version. So same type of box. We're gonna go ahead and remove the lid here. And then you can see right away that different color scheme with this guy. Taking off the plastic, you can see it's got that darker blue and more of a gold look for his armor rather than the yellow comic version. Now here is the base. This one is 345 out of 1250. This one looks slightly different. The color on Thanos and the Avengers logo is a little bit more gold looking, but let's just take a couple of different shots at the base. It's pretty much the same thing, same colored tones and everything. So here are his shoulder pads, and right away you can tell it's got more of a textured look on the inside. It's not just a solid bronze color like how the yellow ones were. So everything is the same with the sculpt, but let's actually compare it to the yellow one. So they both have that same shine to it, but there's more depth, I think, in the bronze one here. You have like more of a range of colors, whereas the yellow's just yellow. Here's the right hand of the modern version. Again, I think it just has a richer look to it. I really think that the modern version has that dull bronze look that really looks a little bit more realistic. And I guess that's the point. That's modern, that's realistic, almost movie look, whereas the first one's a comic look. Comparing them, it kind of looks like they just took the modern one and just spray painted it one solid color. It doesn't seem to have as deep of a color as the modern. So I think that we're going to see that throughout all the pieces, which I'll compare. All right, here goes the gauntlet. It looks great. I really like how those bright colors pop off of that dull bronze look. The same sculpt, and it does have a comic vibe because look, you can see where this is a glove. It's not a gauntlet like in the movies. It actually has like a fabric type of look with his hand. Here we have the gauntlet lit up. Let's go ahead and compare the two. So it was the same kind of critiques. I like the comic version, but the modern version does have that going for it. And let's light them both up, because what's better than one Infinity Gauntlet? That's right, two. You could two snaps in a circle with these bad boys and destroy the entire universe, not just half. All right, that's enough of all that. Let's take a look at the head sculpts really quick. So that same angry portrait, it looks great. However, I do think this is where the comic version shines a little bit more. Something about that royal blue and the yellow that just pops, man. The comic version really gives me more of a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 look, but this one still looks good. See, comparing the two, the yellow pops more on here, in my opinion. Now, the one on the right, the modern version, it doesn't have those paint issues, so that was just a one-off issue with my portrait on the left here. And then the last one, the grinning portrait, same great detail. Love the deep purple with the real texture. It looks like real skin. He's smiling, he's sinister. The head sculpt looks great, just like the other one. And let's go ahead and compare those two side by side before we assemble these guys. So there we go. Two Thanoses. I was going to say for the price of one, but they are sold separately. And then the body of the big boy Thanos. So he looks great. I think both bodies look good. They have similar details in the blue part of the costume. I just think it's more of a royal blue on the comic version. This one's more of a dark blue. But you can see the shading there looks great. And yeah, the armor and the gold, it looks really good, man. It looks awesome on the feet here. All right, but let's go ahead and assemble the comic version here. So he's got one peg with a steel rod, and the other foot just rests in the foot hole. Let's go ahead and get his right hand in. That'll go magnetized there. Then we have, of course, the Infinity Gauntlet. Got it lit up still. Got to get his shoulder pads on there too. So left shoulder pad first. And then here goes the right shoulder pad. And then the head sculpt. So we'll start with putting that sinister, angry head sculpt on there. The head looks kind of small on the body, but in person it looks normal. But when I look on the camera, I was like, wow, the head looks kind of small to me, right? Let's take a look at Thanos in his entirety. So wow, this is such a beefy statue, and of course it's sculpted by Martin Canali. He was assisted by Igor Kato for sculpt, Richard Long for design, Adam Smith for the mold and cast, Kat Sapine for paint, and of course the Sideshow design and development team. This is not a small piece. It's 23 inches tall, 14 inches wide, and 11 inches deep. Now, here we go. A little bit of a close-up while we're spinning on the turntable here. Gauntlet is lit up. He's got that sinister face, which is tilted a little bit more to the left and looking at the gauntlet. As you can see here now with that angry portrait, it's going to be looking a little bit more forward. So he's not looking at the gauntlet, he's looking at his enemy or the Avengers or somebody. Now, we talked about the torso. I just wanted to take a moment to take a look at all the muscle definition from the abs to the obliques, going around to the back that we saw earlier with the huge arms, the ripped back, Martin Canali is a master at musculature, and he really shows off here with this piece. Let's take a look at another angle of Thanos, get a better look at the base and how he's keyed in here. You can see it's got the weathering detail on the bottom of the boots there where it gets a little bit darker. And I just wanted to show, I mean, it's a great classy piece because you have that smaller footprint. It's not unnecessarily deep or wide. It's really just as big as it needs to be to hold Thanos. All right, really quick, let's assemble the modern version. So we'll kind of put this one in a different way so you guys can see it better. Again, right foot has the peg. Coming over here, we'll put the shoulder pads on first because I kind of forgot about them on the comic version. So you can see, you know, this one only has one magnet, so it keys on there. Super Saiyan look. Right hand with no stones. And then the Infinity Gauntlet on the left hand up in the air. Let's go ahead and get that portrait on there. All right, looking good. And we'll just take a look to see how he looks with the other head sculpt. All right, just spinning this guy around. We already have seen the sculpt, but just to give you an idea of what he looks like with the different paint applications, it's a tough call, man. You guys got to tell me, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer this modern version, or do you prefer the comic book version that we've shown first? Man, it's a close call for me. I think I'm going to lean more towards the comic version. Getting a better look at the base, more from a lower perspective, you can see the brown dirt on the bottom. It's got the concrete look on the top. So like I mentioned, a nice good color difference. The muscle detail again, but this time on the modern version. Now here we go, the two titans together, comic and modern. I got them both on the turntable, and you can really see the difference in the paint applications here. Let's spin it around. We'll take a look at the modern version. Man, they both look great, but again, sound off in the comments below. That's actually what's going to enter you into the giveaway for that Spider-Man premium format. Once we hit 125,000 subscribers, which we're very close to doing, I'm going to pick a random video where I promoted the giveaway and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner. So I could be picking any video that I promoted this giveaway in since our last big subscriber milestone, which was 110,000, I believe. I appreciate you guys watching, though. Make sure to check out my other statue unboxing and reviews. I'm going to put the playlist up on the screen at the end here, but I'm definitely going to leave you with both Thanoses so you can see them together in tandem doing their thing. Stay minty fresh, y'all. Peace.